Ladies and gentlemen, we are not live, but we are here in the Roofing on the Rise studios, and we are always looking at innovation and education and bringing that to you in today's market. Today and every day, we are sponsored by the Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. When the insurance company denies, delays, and defends their position, reach out to me. I'll get you in contact with the right people over at Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. Now, today and every day, we have an amazing guest, and today will be no different. Today, we have Latonya Johnson. Latonya, how are you doing today?
I am amazing. How are you? I'm excited to be here.
I am super stoked about this. This is definitely an innovative type of topic today, so I'm excited to jump into it. But before we jump into like the meat and the bones here, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so awesome. I was born and raised in Houston, Texas. I have a 17-year-old daughter, and I went to college. I'm a chemical engineer by education, but I have always been an entrepreneur at heart. I've owned several businesses. I mean, several, never a roofing business, but I have been a real estate investor. I'm a
So
real
you're just
estate agent.
a serial entrepreneur, huh?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I love that. So
Yeah.
you said, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. You said you're a real estate agent,
hmm
and what else?
Real estate agent. I've invested in real estate and I'm an insurance adjuster. So I have
Oh,
all of those hats in insurance, right? I mean,
ins-
in real estate.
insurance adjuster. When did you become an insurance adjuster?
Not that long ago. I'm waiting on my first storm.
Oh,
And
okay.
the reason that I became an adjuster is one, um, to see the back end. They have a piece of software called Xactimate that brings in all of the pricing from Home Depot and everywhere as far as pricing. And when I'm doing construction jobs, I want to know what the actual cost is.
Yeah. Well,
So
you're
I'm
not gonna
learning
find
that.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna find it. You're not gonna find it in Xactimate.
No.
No,
Okay.
no, I could have cut out like all of that for you. I'm glad that we got in contact because the Xactimate doesn't even really give you what it's gonna cost, especially for items like interior or
Mm-hmm.
go to a 1930 home. This is something I'm dealing with currently for a friend of mine that reached out to me. His name is Washington Ho. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for a house that's not just a house, it's like a party destination. The Darth Vader house is on sale by White House Global Properties, Washington Ho. Um, anyhow, so uh, the his home as a 1930 home, and so him himself, he got hit by Hurricane Beryl, and it
Mm-hmm.
came through and just absolutely tore up the property. And so the home has windows and a roof and interior, exterior that is all damaged, koi
Mm-hmm.
pond, bonsai trees, etc. Xactimate just cannot put a number, it cannot quantify that. Like, it's just there's just a lot of stuff that's there that it just cannot account for. And so in those times, it has to rely on outside sources or third parties. And those
Mm-hmm.
outside sources or third parties are expert witnesses and or construction experts, roofing contractors, builder, siding contractors, windows contractors, insulation, sheetrock, etc. They have to have all those people to be able to put in these bids so that they can understand what it actually costs to do it. Now, insurance carriers, the reason why they want 3 bids is because they wanna pick the cheapest one, not so that they can understand what the prices are. It's so that they could pick the absolute cheapest option and then provide that to the clientele.
So this is a historic home, right? Or 19, when did you say it was built?
So is the home this home in particular is was built in 1930s. It is a
Okay,
historic
yeah.
home.
Now that totally makes sense because underneath the sheetrock is like wood. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It's not even the same. I've
Well,
had a
actually,
construction house like that. So yeah.
actually concrete. So
Oh, it's
that's what
concrete. Okay.
that's crazy. So there were leaks, even the ceiling. So ceiling's not even sheetrock. So there was a leak and the water's coming through like the edges of the concrete. Uh,
Mm,
and so it's a much different type. Xactimate doesn't have that
yeah. No.
ceiling.
No.
And so also, just your regular homes. I mean, you just the I'll tell you this, that when you go into a property and you write up for a loss, you're gonna get a supplement from a contractor because what is in Xactimate is not going to give them what they need out in the field, guaranteed, every single time. And you'll run into that as an adjuster when you're
Hmm.
out when you're out in the field and you're writing losses. If you're accustomed to sheetrock, insulation, etcetera, and you're accustomed to those pricing, then you're gonna be on top of it. You're gonna know exactly what you're gonna need in there, but you're gonna find while you're building this out, even on the stuff that you're just an expert on, you're gonna
Hmm.
find that it's just not enough. It's just not enough to actually profit on the job. Now, the one
Oh,
place
okay. So I see what you're saying.
so
Well,
as a contractor, I was a contractor for 11 years, and I was on the other side of Xactimate estimates, and I actually write an Xactimate to this day. Uh, I can attest to the fact that that more claims than not, I had to submit a bid into the insurance carrier to have them accept what it was gonna cost for me to take care of it and for me to profit and do business. I'm not
and I understand that. What I'm looking for from an investment standpoint is the actual cost. Now, their markup for you to do biz for you to be able to make a profit
Yeah.
on that, it's just like 10%. So that's no money for some, you know what I'm saying? From an investment standpoint, I'm not looking at it for that. I'm
The
huh?
the the markup?
Oh yeah, their markup. The markup that most insurance companies tell you to give for contractors, it's like 10%.
Can you make a living off 10%?
Heck no, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not
Right.
looking at the software for that.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
absolutely,
looking at that to be able to do a bid on the
absolutely.
job. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Heck no.
absolutely. In the future, if you ever need anything, like any help or anything, just reach out. I like to help people. That's what I do. Um,
Yes.
after getting out of contracting for so long, I'm consulting. I'm helping contractors. I'm actually about to go up to Waxahachie and help a construction company set up a new office from the old manila folder files to digital,
I
right?
love it. Mhm.
It's I think is awesome, like, going from that manila folder file to digital, which kinda bring is what brought you to me, right? I
Yeah.
think is freaking awesome what you're doing. It's kind of switching what, coaches and teachers, etcetera, uh, and or, content creators. It's like changing what they've done and taking it from a quote unquote manila folder file to digital realm, right?
Absolutely. Mhm.
So explain this concept of taking the teaching digital and what that could mean for anyone really. I mean, it could apply in construction, it could apply to anyone. And that's kind of why I brought you on, because there's like a lot of people out there and they need something like this. So tell me about this awesome product.
Okay, so one of the things that I do, and as an entrepreneur, I believe every entrepreneur deals with this. If you work a 9 to 5, you get paid at a certain time, right? That's amazing. But as an entrepreneur, you get paid when your money comes in. So I was trying to figure out a way for me to get paid every single month and to be able to know exactly what I'm getting paid. So I create and help others create communities. And in those communities, we offer a lot of classes. So, say for instance, you have a community where you are coaching and educating roofers.
Yeah.
They can be roofers from all over the United States.
Right. Yeah.
If you have a manila folder and you're working from a manila folder and from a Zoom, right? Then there are some items that you are going to miss because all of your courses are not on Zoom. In my system, in my platform, you can have all of your courses there. They can go and look at it. And when you are not available, they can ask each other questions. So
Hmm.
they're in a community of people who are doing the exact same things that they're doing.
What is this? What is this platform? What is it called?
The platform that I use is called School,
Okay.
Skool.
All right. I think I've seen ads about that whenever I was working out or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, so
Yeah.
so
hmm
so this takes content creators videos and puts them on a platform. Is this correct?
It can take video, it can take audio, it can take PDFs, any type of file that you have, you can put it into a classroom style and offer it where the participants have to finish this part in order to lock the next system. So it can be a complete classroom, a complete lesson of however you want it to be.
So is there like tests and stuff like that? Can you set up tests in there?
I have not tried the testing, so I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'd be interested in is figuring out, if there's testing that there could be, because testing is super, super huge, especially for contractors. They wanna know that their reps have gone through and undergone the tests and made sure that they understand what's going on. Because if
Mhm.
they make a 60 or a 50 on safety, well, we need to go back through safety with Johnny, or even Susie to make sure that both Johnny and Susie are both educated on this solid. That way they don't have a problem out in the field because it's super, you know, uh, and I would think that it would be important for, like, say, real estate too,
Yeah.
especially ladies. I've heard of a lot of ladies, especially here in Houston, going to do a showing or what have you, and they're alone. So those kind of safety, tactics, that ladies can use while they're selling real estate or they're out there, selling roofing or whatever you ladies are out there selling. I think it's important to have that kind of testing, so I'd be interested to see that. That's pretty cool. So it's just a platform, you put everything there and people can pay a monthly subscription. Um,
Mhm.
and how as a content creator, how do you get your money?
So it's built in with Stripe and it's automated. So the platform allows your clients to pay you through Stripe.
Okay.
You figure out what you want to charge for your time.
Yep.
For me, I am available to my community live 3 times a week. So we go live where they can ask me any question that they want to ask about the
o
business.
Okay.
And that's golden for them. That's
Okay.
golden.
And what's your platform for? What do you use it for?
So I have a couple of platforms. Well, I have two. So one of them, I teach notaries. I teach people how to become a notary signing agent and how to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month being a notary. And I know a lot of people don't even know that that exists, but man, it is a good living for real. You can charge more than that $5 to $10 per stamp. So that's one that I have, and then the other platform that I have is I teach people regardless of what you like. It does not have to be the subject that you are in business for. It can be you can create a community around knitting, woodworking, luxury cars, car aficionados. You can create a community where um, you curate different people to come in and display their cars. Like a community concept, man, is so much bigger than all of us can just even imagine from the economy of scale. And when you see the communities that other people are creating, the aficionados come together and it is a monthly income, monthly recurring income that you get paid every month
I
just
like
for
that.
being the curator of this group.
So, what are the metrics? Like, how do they pay you? Like, what's the metrics on that? Is it off of views? Is it off of minutes viewed? How does that go?
No, it's off of it is off of a subscription.
Okay,
So
so
say for instance,
you're only making money off of the subscription. So, what does school take from the subscription? What are they?
so so school, you pay school $99, period. That's it to use their platform. $99 a month.
Oh, a month. Okay,
Yeah.
so you pay them $99 a month, and then
Then
there's a
Stripe
strip.
has charges for the merchant charges.
Understood. But the Stripe is basically just a link that's on the school, correct? And
Mhm.
so Calendly kinda does some of the kind of the same thing, not the same thing, obviously, but, if I wanna charge for anything, like, I stopped doing lunches for free. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you have lunch with me and I didn't charge you, it's because I wanna have lunch with you. Uh, and if I charge you, it's not that I don't wanna have lunch with you, it's that I want to impart a transactional experience so that you understand what you're paying for, right? Like,
Mhm.
and we all are out there, we're all busy, and we're out there trying to, buy time, and if you're an entrepreneur, that's why you became an entrepreneur, was to try to buy back more time.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, a lot of us end up working like double and triple, like what
Mhm.
what we sought out to to delegate. But that kinda goes into delegation and time management or what have you. And so that's why I put this in my life, time blocking, and switched from, going out to eat and just going out to eat with anybody to saying, okay, listen, what are we going out to eat for? Okay.
Right.
Right, alright, so if we're just going out to jab, I could do that on Sunday evening, and I actually invite a lot of my friends over, and I treat my friends if I've got it, I'm gonna give it. I got a nice grill out here that was given to me by someone that, imparted that blessing to me, and so I'm like, I love to grill, I wanna give that to people, and I think that is important, but it's important to have that sort of a transactional relationship in life, because we're not out here to just make friends. We're out here to make a living.
Yep.
Uh, and so, I really, really like the idea of the school, because that gives the opportunity to put videos out and a platform for people to be able to get whatever information that they need all in one spot.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, and it's not that bad on pricing, right? So I do know that a lot of the people that are watching, and I have a lot of content creators that are watching that are out there that use platforms and people that have asked me even for video platforms on how to put out a whole university or what have you. This would be it. So, ladies and gentlemen, in roofing, if you've been looking for or solar or real estate or anything really, you've
Anything.
got anything that you're trying to educate people on. And I actually have a nail salon that may benefit from this, which is kind of crazy, because they're looking to do kind of the same thing. They're starting a podcast. They're doing, wanting to do some training for people so that they can teach other, nail salon owners that they can have more than one salon, that they can delegate their time and et cetera, et cetera. And that all comes through teaching.
Yep.
Just
Mhm.
absolutely freaking awesome. So tell me,
Mhm.
what do you do on like your free days whenever you've got quote unquote no work to do, which is probably never. I know we're all freaking super busy, but when you've got 15, 20 minutes, maybe a few hours, what do you like to do?
I've purchased Mind Valley. I don't know if you've ever heard of that app,
No.
Mind Valley.
Uh-uh.
And there are a lot of lessons on Mind Valley. And I know that doesn't sound relaxing, but
My
there are like I'm
M-I
sorry.
M-I-N-D?
Valley.
Okay.
There are professional or personal development type courses on there. Yep, that's it. Yep, Mind Valley. Yep,
Alright.
yep. Yep. So there are personal development courses on there, meditation courses, and stuff like that. And I mean, normally I'm either looking at that or listening to some YouTube video or sitting on my couch looking at a movie. I mean, that's my downtime.
Alright, you're a movie head?
Yeah.
Alright,
Mhm.
what's the last movie that you seen?
You know what? So movie head, maybe not, but during my downtime, the type of movies that I like are like I don't know the period, but it's Kings, Queens, Vikings,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Yeah, alright, I
Isn't
could
that
dig
crazy?
No, okay, so I like fantasy, and, so there's a movie that came out about, I wanna say 7 or 8 months ago. It's called Damsel, and
Oh
it's on
my God, Damsel is so good.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
on Netflix.
Yes.
Oh my word. The if you're out there and you haven't seen, I got the chills just thinking about the movie.
Yes. It is
So, one of the
amazing.
best probably one of the best movies that I've seen with a dragon in it, right?
Yes.
Uh, it has, and here's why. It has the scenes with a dragon. There's a lot of them, not just like you've gotta, like, figure out it's in a dark scene and they're flying through the clouds and you really can't see them. So it's that kind of mystery that scares you more than anything. No. This beast is formidable, and everything that you want, the
Yes.
claw, the fire, the everything that you want out of a dragon or fantasy type movie, that movie brings it. There's controversy,
Yes, indeed.
there's everything to,
There's
uh
love. Oh, there's everything.
everything. I mean,
Woo!
the movie is amazing, and so those are the types of movies that I like, and my kids actually asked me about it recently. They were like, "Why do you like these kinds of movies?" And I said, "Well, I don't just like those kinds of movies, I like those kinds of books." And so now we're, like, turning the TV off more and reading books more, so that they can understand this, but, it's because of the my mind moves, like, constantly, and I just can't get it to stop moving.
Yeah.
And so, fantasy helps me check out and
Mhm.
helps my brain slow down, and eventually it just shuts just and I fall asleep. And that's what I love, and it's not that I fall asleep every single movie. Now don't if my wife is watching this, she's probably commenting, and she's like, "Yeah, you do every single time." But anyway, uh, so what do you think about this Cybertruck?
It's ugly, but I haven't been inside, so I do wanna see what it does.
I think it's ugly. I think it's
It's
the ugly.
huge. I mean, it's like, how do you park that thing?
I Alright, so here's what gets me, is the Cybertrucks rolling down the road and their license plate is taped to their rear.
Right.
Please tell me why you can't have a screw-in license
Right.
plate like everyone else, but you're duct taping it on the back of a $100,000 plus vehicle. It just does not make sense to me. Plus, when I'm spending that much money on a vehicle, which I did not too long ago, thank God for the blessings He's given me. I was able to get this AMG. I the Cybertruck was never in my mind, ever,
Hmm.
never. And when it comes to marketing, I get it. Like maybe from a marketing perspective, if your marketing budget is outrageous, and I mean, you got to be bringing in a lot of money for a marketing budget that large.
Yeah.
For for it to make sense that you're already bringing in a ton of leads and revenue, that you would make that sort of purchase for a marketing expense.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
say this because that's what everyone tells me it's for, is a marketing expense. I wanna see your $100 million business. Anyway, I'm just messing around. And I think it's ugly. It's just like, listen, if you're gonna have the truck and if you're gonna use the marketing expense as a crutch, stop. Just stop using the crutch. Just own it. Just be like, listen, I like ugly trucks.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean, I
fine.
haven't seen one wrapped from a business standpoint. I haven't seen
Oh,
a one wrapped. Now, maybe if I saw one that was wrapped,
I'll send you
maybe, but
a picture.
that thing looks like to me aluminum foil that's in my cabinet. That's how it looks to me.
Okay, so here's my here's mine. I say it looks like, and I'm looking, it's hilarious. I'm always my it's like a stainless steel grill or a refrigerator.
A refrigerator more so.
It's got the
Yeah.
refrigerator door on the back, like for your,
Yeah.
for your
That's the truth.
for your vegetables.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna
Yeah.
edit a video with vegetables popping out the back. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I like to ask those types of questions because the Cybertruck's kinda big right now. Everybody's either rushing to go buy one. In my industry, they're going and buying these Cybertrucks, wrapping it, and it's just like, ugh, ugly. It's just so ugly to me.
It is
I
ugly
feel
to me.
I feel like, there's a lot of other write-offs, especially in that tax bracket, like, go and buy the freaking Defender,
Yeah.
that, Range Rover put out is gorgeous. It's over 6,000 pounds. You can wrap it, and it'll look amazing wrapped.
Mhm.
And anyone seeing that sort of vehicle wrapped knows that you mean business.
Yeah.
Uh and I get that when someone sees a Cybertruck, they're like, "Dude, that's a really expensive truck," and he's using it as a rolling billboard. And so
Mhm.
people see that as, "Wow, they're doing really, really well." And I love that, but it's not practical. The you roofing contractors, you can't haul a bunch of 2 by 4s in the back 'cause it'll fall out. I just
Right.
I think
Yeah.
it's hilarious. Anyway, so, um, you know, we go out here. And the biggest thing that we do this for is our why, you know? What's your why? What's your biggest reason that you're doing all this?
Um, my biggest reason is because I want to show people that there's another way to live.
I like that.
A lot of people in corporate America, I've been in corporate America, like I said, I'm a chemical engineer, and you work all of your life, man. You spend all of your day getting to work, leaving work, or being at work, way
Yeah,
more than you are with your family.
yeah,
And I want to show people that you can do what you love to do and make a monthly recurring income. It's possible. So that's my why. I want to set people free to live, man, to really freaking live. Even
man.
the people who don't think that they can. And
Ooh,
it doesn't take a lot. I mean, if you look at the numbers, right? If you look at the numbers, say for instance, you want to replace a $5,000 per month income. So divide that $5,000 divided by $39 per month. That's just 128 people in a group paying you every month. That's not a lot of people. 128 people paying $39, right? 39. Most people can afford $39, right? That's
that's
not
that
bad.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
128 people to be
That
able to have a recurring income of $5,000.
And everybody's looking for that income, uh, producer that they can, put in and leverage in their lives, and I think that this is definitely for a lot of you that are watching, that are content creators, or you that are out there that are like, "Man, I haven't started creating yet, but I wanna start creating,
Hmm.
but I wanna do it right." And this is it. Like, you wanna put all your people, you wanna funnel everybody in one spot. That's why everybody does funnels, right? Um, now I there's a two-part to that, right? There is another reason why they do funnels, and we can get that in a completely different, podcast about marketing and either spreading a net or fishing by one pole. Um, but the reality of this is that if you focus when you begin, everyone in one spot, they won't have anywhere else to go. And so if you have a good social presence, say on Facebook and Instagram, it's as easy as a link that says, "Hey, listen, this is where I put all of my stuff. All of my content is here and it's viewable. You can download it all for $39 a month."
Hmm.
That's pretty darn good, and she just gave, like, a for instance, and that's why I said $39 a month. It could be $100, it could be,
It could be
you know,
whatever you want. Yeah.
$5 a month, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but she's just, like, putting that into perspective, like, breaking down that, and I like that because it gives a better perspective for people that are out there that don't that are goal driven, right? And that really they look at the big number and it just scares them, right? And there's a lot of people out there that it's hard to start. Would you give any kind of advice to someone that's just looking to start?
The advice that I'd give with somebody to start is find somebody who has already started to link up with, you
Ooh,
know, who does not mind saying, "Hey, come this way. Let me show you." Because the only way for you to collapse time, right, is through knowledge.
were you
And that
raised by
knowledge comes from somebody who has already done that.
were
And
you
another
raised
person can collapse all of your learning curves and everything else.
You you have the most wise antidotes. I asked, "Were you raised by Yoda?" You have, like, this absolute Jedi mindset, to anything. I freaking love it. It's like, as soon
I'm a
as I
sage.
as soon as I was
Bum,
like,
nelly,
"What would you
bum.
say?" You were like, "Get with someone that's already done it, that's so wise." Uh That was such a Yoda comment there. It's just like, um, you gotta plug in. I think that's a part of, like, the whole community part,
Mhm.
is being able to plug in with like kind and quality people. And I always like to get I like to elevate, I like to get with someone that's, like, either right where I'm at, above me, or I like someone that's right below. That way I can help bring them up,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Because I think it's important as entrepreneurs to do every single one of those is not only to, be where you're at and to learn, but to also learn from your peers that are above you, that are
Absolutely.
doing better than you. And then it's also kind of your civil responsibility as well as your as a friendship responsibility in my eyes to also help bring someone up when they need to.
Yeah.
And that's I only associate with people like that in my life that are either right where I'm at, right below me, or right above. And anyone else has been cut out. I mean,
Mm. That's
quite
wise.
quite literally. And I think it's, yeah, I think it's important that, when you're growing as, an entrepreneur that you continually to do that.
Mm.
You have to learning it is an acquired taste, is it not?
Yes, it is.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you on your private time, you like to go to a university online and
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
my mom is the same way. Like, she craves knowledge 24/7, and
Mm.
that as soon as you said that, I was like, "Dude, that is exactly what my mother does." And my mom's super, super, super smart lady,
Mhm.
uh, and that I envy because whenever when I'm ready to just check out, here recently, my car is like, I wanna jump in the car. It's like, "Honey, you got something that you need? You need me to grab something from the store? Or do you need anything? You want anything? No? Okay, well, I'm gonna take a drive," and she knows when it's that time where I'm taking a drive and I'm connecting with the road, and back when I was younger, it was like back roads, I'd hit a dirt road in the truck, and it was fun. And you go to, like, university, and you're, like, learning, and so
I think you're trying to call me a nerd.
No, not
You
at
and
all.
your mother are nerds.
Listen,
No.
I think that it's an awesome thing to constantly crave knowledge,
Yeah.
and if you're not constantly craving knowledge, um there may be things in your life where you just got, like, an overload of knowledge, or, it may be that you're waiting for that time to be tipped over that scale. I got this book next to my bed that I've been trying to finish for the last 7 months. I got to the 4th chapter, and I haven't finished it, but I
Yeah.
took it from, like, wherever it was at, I can't remember where it was at, and I put it next to the bed so that it reminds me whenever I get in bed to sit there and read that book for a little bit so that I can get finished with it.
So you
Uh,
know how I read books and my sisters hate this.
ooh, how?
I read books from the back.
What?
I don't know why. I cannot start a book at the beginning. Like I don't have the attention span to start at the beginning. I
How do you do
usually start at the end
I'm
and
interested.
go forward.
How do you do this?
Huh?
How do you do this?
How do I do it? Because well,
No, do you like I'm seriously bothered by this now. I don't understand how you do this. I'm, like, trying to I'm about to have an anxiety attack. Okay, alright, so you got the book,
you sound
and
like them.
you
Mhm.
go so you go to the last chapter, and you
Yep.
start at the last chapter,
Yep.
and then you read?
Yep.
Okay, and then you go to the chapter before that, and then you read that
Yep.
until you get to the beginning.
Yep.
You read it again once you get to the beginning?
No. I'm over it.
I
No. Why? Because I mean, get to the good part and then figure out the context that brought you to that end. That's the only way I'm interested. I
it's
mean, it's that
brilliant.
build up is too boring to me, Lord.
It is a freaking itch I cannot scratch. I can I cannot watch you read a book. I just can't do it.
My sisters say the same thing. They hate it. They're like, oh my God, just tear the book up. Just throw it in the trash. They've taken it out of my hand and thrown it in the trash. I'm like, listen. Yeah, they hate it.
I mean, listen, if I walk up, I'm sure, I know RD, we'll meet each other at some point.
Yeah.
If we haven't already met each other at some point, um, we're we're gonna see each other, and if I see you reading a book, I'm going to walk the other direction. So don't even take it personally. Just if you see me out of the corner of your eye and you see your book, you gonna giggle because you're gonna know. You're gonna be like, "Yeah, you can't see this." I'll come back later. I'll check. I'll check. I just cannot uh-uh. I am so OCD. Here's how OCD I am. I park my car the same exact way every single time. I have it washed the exact same way every single time, dried. When I come inside, I put my keys in a certain spot every single time. My Bibles are right below it so that I'm ready to go at any time. Um, my watches, rings, necklaces, all goes into a box on my armoire. My clothes are separated between collared, polo, t-shirt, shorts, and then you go into like dress clothes and it's individually, I've got a gray suit, I got a blue suit, I got a brown suit, and they're all separate. Like I cannot,
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't do that. Your brain moves differently,
Yeah, it
right?
does.
So I can't do it. It's kind of it kind of irritates me because I'm like, why can't I wrap my head around this?
If you ever try it, it's like that thing with mayo, ketchup, and fries. If you ever try it, you will see.
How are you gonna normalize that? That is not what are you talking about? What is that? What
Telling
ugh,
you.
brother, no way. What
I'm telling you.
mayo on fries?
Mayo, ketchup, and fries.
Oh, this is gonna
Don't
be
knock it until you've tried it.
mm, nope, nope, I haven't ate yet, and, no, I don't think so. Mayonnaise does not sound good on french fries. Okay,
Mm,
wait,
I
do
thought
you
the same thing until I tried it.
okay, do you put, like, some sort of seasoning on it?
Yeah, of course there's like salt, pepper, maybe cayenne, maybe the shake your mama stuff, the what is that called? Slap your mama.
There you go, shake your mama.
Shake your mama. Shake what your mama gave you.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Okay, so, uh, ladies and gentlemen, this is a perfect time. It's been a live stream. We have had Latonya Johnson here with us that grace us with the amazing platform that she has called school that you can build out a university for. If you have been looking and searching for the right type of university or platform to host your content, reach out to Latanya. Latanya, how can people get a hold of you?
So the best way for you to get in touch with me is to text me. When you text me your name and what you're calling for. And my number is 713-445-6553. And I can
Man,
help you.
that is freaking awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, every single day we are sponsored by the Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. When the insurance carrier denies, and defends their position, reach out to me and I'll get you in contact with the right people over at Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. You can find them online at chadtwilsonlaw.com. You find them on Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if they're on Threads yet, but I'll make sure that they're on Threads. Uh, and hey, if you're out there and you're like, I've never used a law firm on an insurance claim, I'm scared, I don't know what to do. Just call them. They'll give you a free consultation and walk you through it. I'm telling you, your clients and you deserve Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a live stream today and every day. Go and hit that like and subscribe button for me. And stay tuned for the next episode of Roofing on the Rise.